Hello, yes, indeed. Welcome, beautiful people of the planet Earth. Thank you for joining us. We are joining now on Facebook Live as well. And I hope everybody is doing well and finding some wonderful time to relax and do the things that you really enjoy. It is quite an interesting time to be alive. And there is so much going on in intensity, and it is more important now than ever to be meditating and to be even and to be calm and emanate that calmness outward. So I would like to thank all of y'all for showing up for yourself and choosing to join in with the meditation and spreading this light and consciousness in a loving way. And I want to acknowledge that, yes, we are still on the heels of this full moon in Aries. And right now, from an astrological lens, the two planets, Mercury and Uranus, are exactly opposite each other. So be prepared for some unexpected and strange news. Okay, something maybe shocking. But we are definitely approaching even more intense things. So we are, so to speak, in the peak of the intensity of 2020 astrologically. So what I would say is hold on to your hats, folks. Find a way to ground. Make sure you are meditating, connecting with the garden, taking time to walk out in nature. There is a lot. There's some very nice things going on too, but it's also some intensity. And I would also say that Mars is retrograde right now, and Mercury will join being retrograde in about 2 weeks. So this is a good time to get some things done before Mercury goes retrograde in a few weeks. But otherwise, it's time now to meditate. So thank y'all for those of y'all that are new and tuning in for the first time. My name is Nick Lasky. I'm a professional psychic and astrologer based here in Richmond, Virginia. And I'm sure some of y'all are tuning in from Richmond, but I'm sure we got people tuning in from all over, especially our friends out in Colorado. Hello. And I want to acknowledge that this is an offering that has been happening at least once a week since the beginning of the pandemic, since the world has jumped in this boat. And the river, the current is very fast, and we're not exactly sure where we're going, but we got some oars. There's a lot of people in this boat, and the current is picking up quite wonderfully. And we definitely have some splits in the river coming up ahead. So we are very much doing the best that we can to be calm and conscious and wise. And that is why you have tuned in. That's correct, John, for these meditations to help cultivate that within yourself and emanate it outward to your family, to your friends, to your community, and to the planet. Let us get started with this meditation. So go ahead and let's all take a moment to really relax. Whatever you need to do, if you want to stretch your arms, your legs, your neck, your back, however you need to, allowing yourself to settle into a very comfortable position. And I recommend to support your spine either by sitting up, unless you are one of these magically gifted individuals who can lay down and remain quite awake and alert, then I highly recommend to sit up. And let's take a few moments to release any tension or stress or tightness from the day or the week or the month or the year, whatever it may be. So let's take a big breath in through the nose and a big open mouth exhale. Letting go of tension. Let's do this again. Breathing in. And a big exhale. One final time, breathing in and exhaling. And as you allow yourself to close your eyes, take this moment to really slow down, allowing yourself to be gentle and easy in this moment. And throughout this meditation, if at any point your mind, your attention gets distracted by thoughts or sounds, or even bodily sensations, allow yourself to use your breath as a tool to bring you back to focus or to center. So let us take just a moment to check in with ourselves. As you breathe profoundly, ask yourself, how are you? As you slow everything down and simply breathe, what is coming up for you in this moment? What do you observe? How are you showing up in this moment? Simply breathing and observing. There's no need to change anything unless you desire to. And using your breath to synchronize your focus, your awareness with yourself in the present moment as you are right now. Simply being aware. And then as you breathe profoundly once again, allow your awareness to drop down into the earth below you. What is your connection in this moment of time with the earth that you are upon? Are you connected to it? Are you disconnected to it, from it? And as you breathe profoundly, allow energy lines to come down from the root of your spine or from the soles of your feet to go into the earth, as if you are literally plugging into the earth at this time. As you feel yourself really grounding in, just like a plant sends its roots down, or a tree rooting into the earth, you can feel yourself becoming rooted into the earth. Even if you aren't close to the earth, so to speak, maybe you're on the second or third floor, maybe you're right on the earth. Wherever you are, feel the connection with the earth. And for a few moments, as you feel yourself continuing to root in, to feel more grounded, connected with the earth, allow this to be supported by your gratitude for all that the earth gives you. If you had any food today, it came from the earth. If you are wearing any clothes right now, the materials, even if they were man or human made, the materials came from the earth. If you're inside a structure, the materials came from the earth. We are totally interwoven with the earth as we live here. She is our home. to feeling yourself really grateful for all that the earth provides. Perhaps you had a hot shower today. The water came from the earth. Allowing yourself to feel now the sacredness of the earth below you and all around you. And in the next moment of time, with each inhale, begin to image that light, golden, shiny light, begins to travel up the roots that you have sent down into the earth. And this golden, shiny light climbs up the roots and begins to enter into your body. And you begin to start glowing. This beautiful, golden, shiny, sparkly light. With each breath, you're pulling more and more of this light. Just like a plant will pull up nutrients and water through its roots. Pull up the inherent light and life force energy from the earth through these energy cords, these roots. And begin now to feel yourself energized as you're glowing and radiating this light. Feeling yourself very connected with the earth, very, very supported and empowered. You feel so held in this moment by the earth. The endless, boundless amounts of energy that the earth is providing you in this moment of time give you great confidence and give you great reserves of energy and light. And in the next moment of time, as you continue to breathe profoundly, allow this light to radiate outward from you in all directions. You are now an emissary of the earth, of the light within the earth, radiating out this golden, beautiful light as it fills the room and the entirety of the building, the home, wherever you may be, completely immersed in this glowing light. And the light continues to spread in all directions now as it flows, filling your neighborhood, the surrounding area, all the people, all the animals, all the plants, everything around you. This glowing light is filling. And it continues to grow until it fills the entirety of the city or the town that you are currently in. And it continues to grow just as light spreads very quickly, shining now, filling the entirety of the state, and then the country that you are in, or the province. And then quickly this light spreads to fill the entirety of the planet. And you can see the planet surrounded by this beautiful, golden, shiny orb of light that is incredibly nourishing, rejuvenating, and healing. And as you breathe profoundly, allow for a few moments of time the light to simply do what it does as it energizes and nourishes and feeds everyone and everything that it touches with life force energy. And in the next moment of time, become aware that there are other meditators tuned in at this very moment in time, though they are in a different space potentially, and visualize them as bright points of light popping up all over the country, all over the planet. And now visualizing that there are other spiritual practitioners in monasteries, in nunneries, in temples, in tribes, in churches, in mosques, in temples, everywhere, all over the world, praying, doing spiritual practice on behalf of humanity and the planet. Tune in to this frequency. Visualize in each country bright points of light. These are the practitioners. These are the conscious minds that we are linking up with, that are sending light out. So you now can see these bright points of light like a grid or like a web, shining and spreading, very connected in this moment of time to the grid. And as you breathe profoundly, I'll begin now to offer specific blessings or intentions, affirmations, prayers to send out to the grid as you are connected now to this powerful geometry of light that connects you with all of humanity just by your focus and awareness. Let us begin as we breathe profoundly and invite in the spirit of calmness. So breathing profoundly, allowing the spirit of calmness to rise within you. And then as I strike the bell, allow calmness to journey outward through the grid to touch everyone and everything at this time. To a deepening at this time of our empathy for other humans, for all life, for all sentient beings. Breathing profoundly to empathy. Inviting in now the spirit of compassion. The brother or the sister of empathy, inviting in compassion as you breathe profoundly and emanate compassion outward to the grid. Let us invite in now the spirit of profound honoring and respecting all of our brothers and sisters, all other humans, the sacredness of the land, of the earth, all of the habitats, all of the species, all life here on this planet. Let humanity deepen its honoring and respect in this way. Breathing profoundly. Let us invite in now the profound spirit of fortitude, of strength, persevere. Whatever your journey and whatever struggles or challenges everyone may be on, may they be blessed with fortitude. Breathing profoundly. And let us invite the spirit of creativity. Creativity as expressed through everyone in their own individual ways, and especially for humanity at this time, as humanity is facing many challenges. May profound inspiration and creativity come into the minds and the hearts and the spirits of those that can and desire to make profound change. And as you breathe profoundly once again, let us call in the spirit of love. And I invite you to think of, to place into your heart someone, a human, maybe an animal, that's so incredibly easy to love, or perhaps that loves you most profoundly. And hold them into your heart and breathe profoundly and allow the light to drink up this love and allow the love to quickly spread outward to everyone and everything. And let us invite in this moment of time the spirit of harmony and balance. May there be a profound harmony in the collective consciousness. May there be a profound balancing on the planet at this time amongst all humans and amongst the natural world and our relationship with the natural world. Breathing profoundly to the spirit of harmony. And now, if you have a specific intention that you would like to offer to humanity, go ahead and do so at this time. Allowing yourself now to breathe profoundly for a few moments of time, to relax, and to let the energy and the blessings, these offerings, go out upon the wind, upon the light, and do their work. Let the energy for a few moments do the work. And in the next moment of time, continue with a few profound breaths as you gently begin to come back into awareness in your physical body. Coming back into the space where you are. Once again, feeling the roots that you've sent down into the earth, feeling yourself grounding back down. And I'll begin with a count from 1 to 10. And when I reach 10, you will be awake and alert, and you may gently open your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stretching now. 6, 7, 8, taking final few moments to come back. 9, taking a deep breath, and 10. And welcome back to the planet Earth. So, as we like to do, I'm going to continue on with a little reading from a transcript from a channel teacher that I study with named Jerome. And this is from a program called The Spiralic Law of Kundalini. So, if you are new to Kundalini, it is a spiritual life force energy that flows through all beings. And if you want to catch up, you can go ahead and go back on all the previous YouTube videos and meditate to your heart's desire and catch up on the reading from before. So here we go. In a body that houses a being that has already awakened Kundalini in previous existences, flesh bodies, then those entities find profound spiritual awakening. And in this context, we are referring to spiritual awakenings as being perceptions of other dimensions, profound experiences of oneness, profound experiences of observing the moment, and the moment is observed in a sourcing, in a oneness, a kindredness with all of life. And it seems to happen in some quite naturally. What causes it? It has already been awakened before, and it is being reawakened. So that was the catch-up from last week. In such an entity, the entity might breathe, the entity might listen to a piece of music that is very inspiring and cause the loftier centers to be activated, and suddenly there is activation. What is that like? Have you ever had the experience in your time where something in your terms is on the tip of your tongue? The name of something, the remembrance of something, and you know it's there, but you can't remember it, but then suddenly you remember it. Remembrance, you do not understand how you did not know it before, because it is right there. That is the experience of the entity who has done the great work of the soul in other bodies, who begins to breathe 2 or 3 times, has a most profound experience, and becomes the outcast of the rest of the ashram, because the others that are there that have been meditating for 25 years haven't approached anything like that. And here comes an apparent novice that's only been there a week, sits down, learns the lotus posture, takes a few deep breaths, says a few mantras, and is suddenly in the ecstatic realization of itself as spirit, and in its oneness with nature, ready to pierce the third eye and get on with evolution. Yet, everyone else has been practicing for 25 years and has not come to that experience. It's because that spirit body that has become to be housed in that physical body has probably been doing it for 100 years before being born in a new flesh. Contemplate this. There are very old monks right now, old to you in physical flesh, that are in the Himalayas and in meditative ashrams throughout the world right now. Some of them are 100 years old. Some are 110. Some are even older than that. And they have been meditating and breathing profoundly and doing the great work of the soul for many years. When they leave their bodies and are seeking to incarnate again to finish the journey, where do you think they go? Into babies. And therefore, when the baby becomes 15, 16, 25 and breathes profoundly before the picture of a great master, and pow! So those that are meditating for 25 years in an ashram do not understand why it is that one who only began is suddenly realized to a great degree of awakening, did not realize themselves enough to be able to see beyond the dense reality, to see that the being had already been meditating 75 years longer than they have. So be it. So we'll stop there for today. It's just something to contemplate and consider. You never know where somebody is in their spiritual journey of their own personal evolution. So, I want to again thank everybody so much for tuning in and connecting to the grid and shining your light. As always, we'll be back again next Wednesday. And in case anybody is curious and wants to learn astrology, check out aquariumbookshop.com. I am about to offer another 6-week astrology series on Zoom virtually. So if anybody's curious, check it out. And I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your evening and rest of your week.